So let's talk Microloc extensions, ladies. I've been seeing a lot of my Microloc girlies out here doing their thing with this new wave of Microloc extensions and enhancements. And I just wanted to show you my little process. This is actually my third time with extensions. And as you can see, you just saw a picture of me and my hubby. That was actually my very first time doing Microloc extensions for my wedding. And that took me about a month to do. And I used about 20 something packs of hair. So now that I'm well up in age, I thought, let me try this little situation again. But then not realizing that this was gonna take a nice little chunk out of my days. This literally took me about 25 hours altogether. And I must say it was a bit of a challenge, not in that the technique was difficult, because I've done this tons of times, ladies, but just in that it just took a really long time. And I didn't factor in that, the hair that I had purchased was about 16 inches, and my own natural hair had already grown to maybe about 12 inches. And just the whole entire process was just longer than I expected, but well into doing it, it was just way too late to go back. So I just kept it pushing. My arms, my biceps were literally trembling from, having to do this for a very long time. And as you can see in the video, I did a retie as well as the extension. So it just really took a long time because of the retie. I needed a retie. So with the retie and the extensions, that's why it took me so long. I think the 25 hours was over a course of maybe 6 days. So I was doing like maybe 3 to 4 hours or 4 to 5 hours a day, depending on how I was feeling for that specific day. So keep watching my process to just see some of my reactions. It's quite funny with how I was starting to get tired, and then, just trying to hang in there, finish and get her done and finish it up. So as you can see, I'm doing my retie and doing the extensions at the same time. If you continue to watch the video, you are going to see a slow down towards the mid area of the video, where I slow down for about 5 minutes to just show you exactly step by step what I was doing. And although the video is not in like super slow mode, but it's in like normal speed, right? So you can actually see everything that I was doing, from dividing off the hair and attaching it and all of those things. So continue watching, okay? Anywho, let's chat a little bit about Microloc extensions and some things that I want to share with you so you have a better understanding if this is a technique that you'd like to try. Number one, I would not advise anyone who is a total novice to do this on their maturing Microlocs or their matured Microlocs, because it takes a good set of skills. It takes some good expertise to do this yourself. So I would not recommend doing it yourself if you're a total novice and you're just trying to save some money. Please, please, please do not do this to yourself. You're gonna end up spending more money than saving money if you're a total novice trying to do this. Number one, because the human hair is quite expensive. I remember years ago when I did this, when I did the Microloc extensions I did a DIY back in 2007. So imagine in 2007 for my wedding, I DIY'd my Microloc extensions. But back then, y'all, like the hair was cheap, right? Like a lot of women were not, had not gotten hip to the, human hair, natural human hair game. A lot of people were not, getting human hair like that. So the whole human hair industry was leaning mostly towards yaki straight. Y'all remember when we used to get the yaki straight and the bone straight weaves and things like that. So a lot of the human hair was in that category and not the Afro Kinky Bulk. So, back then I was working in a natural hair salon, so we were already privy to, you know, what was available as far as natural hair extensions and things like that. So I already knew what was up when I decided to do my Microloc extensions for my wedding because I wanted a certain look. I went to the beauty supply. It's called, the beauty supply back then was called Gigi's in Silver Spring, Maryland. I don't even know if Gigi's is still around, but my gosh, Gigi's was always on par with quality hair on a cheap. So when I purchased the hair for my wedding, I think I got initially I got like 6 packs of hair thinking, yeah, this should be enough. But let me tell you, when I got to the almost like a quarter of a way, it wasn't even a half a way, it was like a quarter away of my hair done. And I had already burned through the 6 packs of hair. I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take a lot more. So I took another trip to Gigi's and got like 5 more packs of hair. And I ended up going like 4 times to get hair because I kept running out of hair, because my vision for my wedding is that I wanted my Microloc extensions to be really long. All of the times that I've done my own Microloc extensions has been on matured locks. So I've never done my own Microloc extensions off of raw natural install. Like a lot of ladies are doing the install from the beginning and using extensions. But mine was always, when I did my own hair, it was always from already having locks. So let me tell you, long story short with the Gigi story, I ended up getting like 20 packs of hair, like no kidding. I had all of this hair on my head. It felt pretty light, but it was, such a change from my own natural hair that I didn't keep the install long after the wedding. I ended up cutting them because it was just too overwhelming to go from like neck length locks at the time to go to like almost waist length. But I wanted a certain look for my wedding, and I just sacrificed that and just went with it. If you're still watching, this is the slowdown I was talking about, where I'm showing you step by step how to do the extensions. Density is everything. You have to measure off very well, and that's why I said if you're a total novice, you do not want to do this for yourself. I'm an expert, so I'm able to measure off the hair properly. I'm able to add the hair properly according to the right density. You have to be very, very good with the density, you guys, because the density is everything. It's gonna matter 100% how these turn out looking, and you'll see what I mean at the end of the video when you get the beautiful after at the end of the video. So make sure that you are measuring these off properly, measuring the density, let the density match. A lot of women who are doing these installs from scratch, or they have a tech or a microloctician that's doing it from scratch that's not matching the density well, they are it's not looking right. It's not looking right. As their own natural hair starts to mature, it's gonna be bulky at the roots, bulky at the tips and at the shaft, and then the roots are gonna look really skinny. So make sure if you're doing these yourself, or if someone's doing them for you, make sure that the density is matching. That is everything when it comes to Microloc extensions. Make sure you're using the right hair. Okay, I know everyone wants a little curly curl at the ends, and they want the little, wet and wavy look at the ends, but the wet and wavy look, depending on the hair that you're using, it's not for everyone. Even the texture has to match if you're gonna wear these for long term. The way I did mine and the hair that I'm using for mine, it's meant to be long term. So my hair is gonna look like this for a lot more videos, okay? This is permanent, pretty permanent, unless the braids, because I did this in a braiding technique. I didn't do it in the interlocking technique. I just kind of did like micro braids at the end of my interlocked locks. And my locks are fully matured. My locks are 3 years old at this point. And these are my, including these extensions, this is technically my 6th set of locks, because I've done all kinds of Microlocs, like every single one. And partially because I was bored, partially because I was just intrigued or curious. Just keep in mind that if you are starting these completely from scratch, you want to make sure that either you yourself know what you're doing, take a class if you need to, or go to someone who is an expert with doing this technique, because it can be crucial for the development of your locks. And that's if it's permanent. If it's just temporary, it's just an enhancement, which is what a lot of women are doing these days. They're just doing enhancements just to get a different look because they're getting a little bored or they want a little length. Especially with the holidays are coming up, a lot of people just want to look a little different for the holidays. The reason I did mine is because when I first got my install done, my mentees that had taken my class did mine, and they left some holes in my locks. They didn't do a perfect job, and I'm such a daggone perfectionist. So since I got them done, this is actually my second time doing extensions, second or third time doing extensions at the ends, just to kind of mask the holes, or just to rock a different look and just wear it length. This one is permanent because I just want to set it and forget it. Of course, I like the length. It's a different look. I don't see myself taking these out within the next couple of years, so it's pretty permanent for me. But there are others out there right now that's doing just the enhancements, and they're using a wet and wavy hair. They have the curly look, but when I wash my hair is going to be straight, and it's going to look like locks. And eventually it might start to form locks depending on what my hair and the extensions does. Make sure that you're going to an expert. I cannot emphasize that anymore. Anyway, let's backtrack all the way back to my story so I can wrap it up with my extensions from my wedding. My extensions ended up looking very, very nice, you guys. I loved it. It stayed on for about maybe 3 months, and then I ended up cutting them off. And then eventually from those set of locks, I ended up cutting those and ended up getting sister locks back in 2008, 2009. I think it was 2009, and wore my sister locks for about 9 years until I started to have some health issues, and then I had to cut them eventually. And since then, I've worn all kinds of different types of locks. So another tip with Microloc extensions, make sure that when you wash them, try to braid and band them like they were newbies, like they were new installs or new locks, because braiding and banding them will help with the longevity of them. Every single time that I do these, when I wash these, I'm going to always braid and band them. And you can clearly see the length right in the video where, part of my hair is still, you can still see my natural length. But here is the after, you guys. Here's the after. I'm trying to be very generous with this after segment of the video because sometimes you watch videos or you see pictures and you don't get enough of the after. It's like, how you gonna do like 5 minutes of the before, show me the process, and then the after is like 15 seconds or like 5 seconds. I need more. So here is a generous amount of after that you guys can see. I hope you liked this video. I hope you found some value in it. Listen, subscribe to my channel, you guys. Follow, I have more videos coming. In the meantime, let's be about the business of Microlocs.